In the last class, we discussed something regarding the software problem. Software as a problem domain. It means to develop a software, what are the issues we need to concentrate? If we think that a software is a problem creator, now what are the things which we involved in that software as a problem? So the problems may be something like the cost, schedule, and what we have next. I think in the last class some quality, major issue, quality. Along with that, we have the other issues called as scale and change. So these are the several issues which are related to the software that need to be concentrated. Now we are going to see a software as a process. So what is process? A process is nothing but there are series of steps or a sequence of steps to be followed to perform a particular task is called as a process. So to develop a software, what are the processes that are involved in designing a particular software? So let me share the screen, then we will start explaining everything. I think everyone is able to see this PPT. So now we are about to discuss what exactly a software and how it is going to be built by following the strategies, the steps, everything. So to develop a software, there are different things are involved in it. So first thing is software as engineering perspective. Now in this, we are about to discuss who will develop this software, who are the creators of the software, and what they need actually. So in this, we have specified the problem domain, industrial sense software. So the main issue is we are developing a software for the company or any kind of an industry which requires it. So besides delivering the software, the quality, schedule, and the cost are the driving forces which are involved in developing a software. Now here, a software engineering is defined as a systematic approach for development of a software. Now software, you remember that whenever I talk about a software, it is an industrial strength software. Industrial strength is nothing but we are giving a software for a company, that's it. Whenever I tell that, whenever I speak, whenever converse, when I communicate that a software is nothing but an industrial software. So here a software engineering is nothing but a systematic approach for the development of a software. Now, who are involved in creating this software? Who are responsible for that? So to develop any software, we need one kind of a sequence of steps, a process is needed. To develop a software, we need some kind of a rules and regulations. That is one kind of a process should be followed. And that process should be implemented by the people who are part of that developing team. And the technology which is used by the people who are the creators of the software. Now, whichever the things involved in it, but the ultimate goal of a software is to develop a software of high quality and productivity is the main goal. And it also depends on the things like people, process, and technology. The people who are involved in developing the process which is followed by the people, the technology which has been accessed by the people. They are be the part of this developing a high quality and productivity software. Now, processes help people become more productive and create less errors. So, whenever you are saying that a software with enough resources in developing, then it will be of less errors. Next, there are some tools which are helping the people to execute tasks in the process in an efficient and effective manner. So technology is what we are discussing here. The technologies which are helping the people who are involved in developing, they will be executing the task in the process which are more efficiently and effectively. So process forms the ultimate basic step for developing any software. Next, here we need to know what exactly a process and what is a product. Process is different and product is different. Process is distinct from product. Products are the outcomes of executing a process on a project. It is clear that it is stating products are outcomes of the process. So when I take an example like a programming language in Java, when you are executing a program, it is called as a process. Whenever you are running a program, is called as a process. So running a program is nothing but what happens in running a program. There are several steps to be followed. Similarly, to develop a software, we need to follow some process to deliver a product. So that is what the point mentions here. The product is different, process is different. So product is outcome of the process. So software engineering focuses on the process. With the proper usage of processes, we will be developing a high quality and productivity of software. Next, we have an issue here where a software processes is meant for. Now process, we need to differentiate here one more point, that what is process and what is process specification. Process ante enti, process specification ante enti. So process is nothing but there are sequence of steps to be followed to perform a particular task in one project. Now what is process specification? Process specifications are nothing but the guidelines to be followed by the process to develop a particular task. Now here we have a process where it is used for developing a software which satisfies the user needs. So development of a software problem has been denoted in this diagram, something like this: user needs should be satisfied by the software which are developed using several processes. See, I meant software is a combination of several processes, not an individual task. Let us say that coding is not only the task which is used for developing a software. There are other issues are also available to develop a particular software. So the software which satisfies the user needs, then only we can say that it is of high quality and productivity, which is justifying the user needs. So this is the software development problem that is denoted in the picture. And as I told you, process and process specifications are different. Process is a sequence of steps that should be followed, and process specifications are the guidelines which a process should follow. Now coming to the next thing, project and process. What is software project and what is software process? Software project is one instance of a development problem. Just now we have seen a picture that it is a software development problem in which we are saying it as a software project is nothing but development process of a software. Development process takes the project from the user needs to the software. That is what is mentioned here. As it is mentioned here, development process takes the project from the user needs to the software. There are the other goals also. Not only development process is a problem here, but also other issues are also there. The goals are, yesterday we discussed something like cost, quality, and schedule, and also the other processes are also involving in it. Not only cost, not only schedule, not only quality, there are other processes are also needed to build or needed to develop a software as a process. Now coming to this, we have several things to be noted here. Process is nothing but a sequence of steps performed to achieve some goal. Next thing, a software process is nothing but sequence of steps performed to produce a software with high quality within budget and a schedule. So software process is different from process. Group of processes will be creating the software. So many type of activities performed by different people in software project. So a software project involves different kinds of peoples, not only the programmer, not only the tester, not only the project manager, not only the company investment. There are several activities are involving in this. Better to view a software process as comprising of many components. There are several components which have been there, which are there to develop. Are you able to hear me?
అవును సార్ ఏదో డిస్టర్బెన్స్ వస్తుంది మధ్యలో.
I think a network issue. I lost my connection network. What is this? Wait for a few seconds. Okay, I think it is connected right now. Now is it clear? I think it is clear right now. Am I audible
Yes
to
sir,
everyone?
it's clear.
Okay,
Yes sir.
right. Okay, let me continue this. So software process involves so many things. As I said, there are different components which are dealing with several areas of development of software. So let us see what are exactly components of software processes involves. There are two major processes which are involving. They are, first one, development, second one, project management. So development is one kind of a process which involves or focuses on development and quality steps needed to engineer the software, needed to guide the software, needed to develop the software. Okay, development is the first process, first component. Second component which has an importance here is project management process, which will focus on planning and controlling the development process. So this is outside the development process. It is not involved within the development process. So maybe it may be the other forces which are trying to collaborate with the development process. So there are two processes majorly which are noted here. First thing is development process. Second thing is project management process. So the development process specifies all the engineering activities that need to be performed. Whereas the management process, as we said that the second component is a project management process. The second one, management process, specifies how to plan and control these activities so that the cost, schedule, quality, and other objectives are met. If we say that if we are developing a software with an effective manner, let us say that if development is going on in effective manner, then they have to be objectives to be set by the software company. See here it is mentioned one more point, that is development process is the heart of software process. The other processes revolve around it. Okay, that is what I said. Not only a single development process is there, there is other processes which are involved in it. Just now we told the second component, that is project management process, which will be concentrating on how to go through about the development process, planning and controlling the development process. So these are the several issues and several components which are involved in the software process development. Now, here we will see different types of people are involved in different sections of components. So here developers execute engineering processes, that is as part of the development component. There are engineering processes will be done. There are developers are available in the development. And in the management, project management component, there are project managers who will execute the management processes like planning, controlling several issues. Beside this, there are other components are also there. That is software configuration control process or configuration management process, we say it as. So it is one kind of a software configuration management process. It will be dealing with the managing changes. So changes are better. They are constant in developing a software. Changes should be very much constant. Why we are saying this? Changes are constant because a software which is developed, yesterday I told you the same thing, that is a software which is developed today is working for 2 years, and after 2 years it has to be adapting to the changes which are there in that year also. So that will be done under the configuration management process, and the changes are done without losing the integrity of the project. Integrity is nothing but without disturbing the other artifacts in the project, in the software, we have to adapt the changes. That is what deals with the configuration management process. Next one, change management process, how changes are incorporated. It is part of the configuration management process. It is also part of the configuration management process. Next one is process management process. Process management process, it will be giving us and analyzing the properties and analyzing the activities which are involved in the process, and they will be improving the process development. So managing processes which are there in the software development, they will be improved based on this component. And effects that improves, affecting the improvements of the software. Next, the thing is inspection process. So what is this? Inspection is nothing but the checking of the softwares, whether they are working fine, they are available or not. These are all under management process, management issues. So these are some of the other components beside two major processes that are development project management process. Beside this, there are other processes which are involved in developing the particular thing. Next thing, what is process specification? Just now I told you, the process specification is nothing but the guidelines which a particular process should follow. A process generally is a set of phases. Each phase performs a well-defined task and generally produces an output. At the top level view, there are few phases in a process, and how to perform a particular phase that has been proposed by the process specification. So process specification will be guidelining or will be a route to develop a process. So in any project, in any type of a project, development activities are performed by the different types of peoples like programmers, designers, testers, etc. But the project management process activities are performed by the project management process. And configuration control process or activities are performed by the group of group of people called as controllers of the project manager. Let us say that they are project managers. And there are a group of people who are managing the activities in a particular process are called as a process management process. There are some people are there, group of people are there, software engineering process group, SCPG. SEPG is one kind of a group where software engineering process group, where all the processes are monitored. These are certain group of people. They will be monitoring every aspect of the project. So these are all about software process. What is process? Process specifications, components of processes, and what are the different types of processes which are used in developing a particular software. I will brief it once again. So starting from the, so as we know in the last class, based on the last class, we are continuing this one, that is cost, schedule, quality, change and scale. These are the things to be mostly considered while a developing of a software has to be done. Any software is nothing but an industrial strength software has to be developed based on a particular process. A process is nothing but sequence of steps to be followed to perform a particular task. So software engineering is one kind of a thing. It is one kind of a systematic approach which is used for developing a software. And to develop a particular software, we need certain kind of resources in the form of process, people, and technology. So process may be any guideline which has to be followed by the people who are the part of the development. So people may be programmer, designer, tester, any kind of a person who has been involved as a different, they have different designations in the company. So programmer, tester, designer, or project manager, there are different resources of people are there. So these, and third one is a technology which is adapted by the people to deliver a efficient and effective software to the client. So here the major thing is process which is followed by the people along with the technology that will be concentrated more. As the topic it suggests that software processes. So what are those processes? Process is a distinct from the product. As we know, products are the outcomes of the process. So engineering focuses on the process to deliver a high quality and a productivity. So for any software development problem, this is the structure which is followed here. Every user needs something that will be transforming into a software. Until it satisfies the user needs, we will be keep on developing such things. So that is what the main problem here. Next, we are differentiating what exactly a project is and what exactly a process is. A software project is one of the problem, is one kind of an instance of the development problem. So development problem is nothing but developing a software based on the user needs, is nothing but a development problem. Now software project is nothing but an instance of development process. Development process takes the project from the user needs to the software. So these are the several issues which we have discussed right now. So there are several activities and the several components along with the development and project management process. The other components are configuration management process, change management process, process management process. There is one more process is there, product engineering processes is also there. So which majorly concentrates on the products, outcomes of the process. So this is the process specification. So process specification deals with the guidelines which a particular process has to follow. So this is one kind of other specification where entry exit specification. So what happens here is any process they has to follow this kind of entry exit specification, that is entry criteria. There will be a task, there will be a verification, there will be exit criteria. Any process has to follow these four steps, that is condition must satisfied for initiating this phase, and the task which is to be intended, and the verifications to be done based on the outputs of this phase, and there should be one kind of a exit phase should be there on completion of on successful completion of the phase. So these are the different phases followed in process under management. In the next class we are going to see much more about process models. Some of the process models I will be briefing it out, naming them. They are waterfall models, there is a prototyping model, incremental model, iterative model, rational unified process model. So why we are supposed to discuss process models? So as we know, processes are sequence of steps to be followed in developing a particular software. So there is one kind of a standard has been mentioned for every software which is going to be built, they should follow these models. These models are defined by the standards, ISO standards or IEEE standards. These are several models based on which we are going to develop a particular software. So what are those? They are waterfall models, they are prototype model, iterative model, rational unified models, and there are time boxing model is there. There are other process models. Yeah, there are 4 to 5 process models are there based on which a particular software has to be based on. So in the first class, we discussed about what is a software. When we are developing a software, what are the things to be concentrated? Second, today we are discussing about what exactly a process needs in developing. In developing a software, what exactly any type of processes, how many types of processes which are used in developing a particular software. Now we are about to see what exactly process will be looking like. Just now we have seen several processes are involved in it. Now we are about to see what exactly a particular process model should be followed in developing a particular software. So we will be discussing in the next class about all the software process models in developing a software. So I will stop this here. I want to know whether you are understanding or not. Let me ask you. All of you, are you following this one or any kind of a problem in understanding this subject? If you have any problem, please raise the questions or I will repeat once again. Because this is one kind of a theory oriented subject. It is one kind of a theory oriented subject. You need to assume a lot, expect a lot. So if you have any problem in understanding, please tell me. Otherwise, I will go further in the next class itself. I will continue in the next class. Otherwise, if you don't have a problem, I will continue. If you have a problem, let me sort it out. Anyone, please respond in the chat box. You can write it. Are you able to hear me? If you have any kind of understanding problem, please let me know. Because if I keep on continuing without proper attendance of understanding of these things, who is this? Okay, I will. Okay, which topics? Which topics? I want to repeat it. Which topics to be discussed once again? Somebody told me to repeat once again. The same thing from the first itself, from the starting. Okay, okay, right. Okay, okay. Very good. Nice. See, we are left out with 6 minutes. I will brief it out once again within 5 minutes. What we discussed from yesterday to today. Yesterday, we discussed about, let us think as a software developer. Let us think we are a software developers. Software developers perspective, we discussed something like what are the things to be concentrated when a software is going to be built up. The things are cost, quality, schedule, scale, and change. These are the 5 things which must be clearly understood by the software developer when they are going to develop any product as a software. So yesterday we differentiated 2 kinds of softwares. There is students' perspective of developing a software and a industry strength perspective of a software. So what exactly industry strength software needs is better quality, better cost with low cost. Better cost is nothing but low cost and what is the low time, that is stipulated time, within the time, and keep on changing. And if it is a large project, how it is going to be managed. These are all things must be considered. Now coming to today's session, we are discussing about what exactly we need to develop a software as a term called as a process here. Process is nothing but sequence of steps to be followed to develop a particular task or define particular task. So in software, there are several processes are involved in it. In software development, there are several processes have been involved. First component is development process. Second one is project management process. There are other issues are also there. There are other processes are also there. They are configuration management, process management process is there. And there is one more thing is change management process. These are several processes which are involved in developing a particular software. Now, these are the things which have been demonstrated right now. But in the next class, we are about to discuss what exactly a process look like. A process, how it should be, how it is defined by the International Standards Organization, how a process should be defined. So based on that process models, there are different types of models are available there. Based on those models, the above said software development will be easy. I think it is clear right now. If you have still problem, you can message me or text me, or else I will again explain in the next class. Anyone? Is that clear? Roll number 20, I think so. Okay. If you have a problem, I can repeat it in the next class also. While we are starting the next topic also, I will start once again. I will brief once again. Because it is one kind of a theoretic subject. It is not a practical subject. Actually, it is a practical subject for you in this semester. In the previous semesters, in the previous years, it is only a theoretic subject, software engineering. Now it is a practical subject. Along with the theory, we have a practical for this subject also. Then what we do in this practical, what we do as part of the practicals, we will be learning a different environment here like programming language. We have a object oriented tool is there. Unified UML language, unified modeling language is there. Unified modeling language is one kind of a language is there to develop the different types of scenarios which are possible in developing a software. Either there are different types of diagrams are there, DML diagrams, UML diagrams are there. So those must be drawn using this unified modeling language. But according to our today's situation, we are not able to do that practical sessions also. once in a while, once in a week, I will see that whether it is possible. I will be performing some kind of a practical issues also. I think it is time up about less than 1 minute. Okay. Thank you once again. And thank you one and all.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.